Welcome to another edition of Small Time Nooks, where we explore stories about interesting people and fascinating events from the Big Bang to the 21st century. 1,000 years, one simple deck shaped by the cultures of China, the Middle East, Europe, and America. This is a history of playing card design. 9th century Tang Dynasty China. In a drinking house, two men face each other across a low table, cups brimming with rice wine. Between them sits a pile of papers. One man reads the instruction from the top sheet. The other man laughs and downs his entire cup. At another table, gamblers use papers stamped with images of coins as chips. Elsewhere, tiles and stamped rectangles of paper are used interchangeably to play games. China has already been using woodblock printing for hundreds of years. In the late 13th century, two gamblers are arrested. Their 9 playing cards and printing blocks are seized and a report is filed. Different playing card layouts spread throughout Asia. One particular design orders the deck into 3 distinct coin-related sets of cards: cash, strings, and myriads. The game travels from Asia to the realm of ex-slave conquerors, the Mamluk Sultanate in 13th century Egypt. Cards must adapt to survive in this foreign culture. The hierarchical administrative structure is reflected in the top 3 playing cards representing levels of Mamluk office: Malik, King; Naib Malik, Viceroy; and Thani Naib, Second Deputy. Mamluk values of wealth, hospitality, strength and entertainment sit proudly on the now 4 sets of cards within the packs: goblets, gold coins, swords, and polo sticks. The geometric designs and the absence of human characters suggests playing cards took an Islamic influenced route between China and North Africa. These 4 sets have a familiar 13 cards each, bringing the deck to a total of 52. In the late 14th century, Spanish and Italian merchants trading with the Mamluk Empire sail home with packs on board. Playing cards have arrived in Europe. Unfamiliar with the game, both Spanish and Italian designers replace the polo stick set with a wooden club symbol. Cards absorb the tough, masculine, feudal nature of the Spanish. A new hierarchy of top cards is established: kings, knights, and knaves. Sets follow suit: coin for business, a wooden club for creativity, goblet for spiritualism, and the sword for precision and defense. Influenced by the national game of ombre, the Spanish decks have between 40 and 48 cards. Italians introduce a feminine balance to the court cards with the Queen. Soon the popularity of playing cards spills out of the upper classes and into the hands of everyday people. Decks become crowded with a 5th suit introduced by the Italians, which eventually becomes the standalone tarot card deck. These decks are originally called triumphs, which we will come to know as trumps. The massive popularity of cards is reflected in the explosion of set variations in the late 14th century Germany, helped by the lack of standardization and the unfettered imaginations of local artisans. The myriad of set designs echo local and popular naturalistic art subjects, beliefs, folklores, pastimes, and many more interests. But Germanic cards finally rest on 4 dominant sets: acorns, leaves, hearts, and bells. They have no room for a queen in their court and replace her with 2 knaves. Germany's advanced publishing methods soon ensure their design commands the European card markets. From the 15th to the 17th century, their popularity in France puts pressure on print runs. Icons are simplified as they assign red and black, which streamlines both stenciling and card recognition. The newly redesigned French sets, renamed as suites: curs, hearts; piques, pikes; carreau, clover; and trèfle, tiles, and the Queen reintroduced to the pack. Historical and legendary characters appear on court cards like King Charlemagne, Queen Athena, Knave Lancelot, and many more. These new eye-catching French decks flood the continent. Eventually, a new French tax drives card production to Belgium and then to England. Already familiar with multiple variations, the new anglicized suits, spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts draw influence from the French designs and the Italian suit names. The British Stamp Office withholds one card of each pack until a playing card tax has been paid. Many Stamp Office designers embellish the lone captive from the deck before it is returned to the producers. Such flourishing designs for the Ace of Spades are still carried by many packs today. Cutting-edge technology sees English card producer Thomas de la Rue's famous 19th century design become preeminent. Tired of unnecessarily highlighting the court cards in their hands by constantly turning them the right way up, the English card producers, influenced by Belgian designers, introduced the double-ended court cards to the British card-playing public. Across the Atlantic, noticing that gamblers are uncomfortable fanning out their hands, the New York Consolidated Card Company, founded in 1871, popularizes the very useful corner card number indicator seen on all packs today. An American game called Euchre introduces the idea of a best bower or trump card, first designed by Samuel Hart, one more powerful than any other in that game. This quickly evolves into the now well-known Joker, which gets its first mention as a wild card in a variation of poker from around 1875. As soon as they had arrived in medieval Europe, cards and gambling brought with it a competitive streak. Religious and secular authorities banned the game, but in more reserved circles, some non-gambling games see people displaying levels of skill that are applauded. The historical characters used on some of the French decks are chosen for their virtuous morals. Quickly, the popularity of playing cards outgrows the bounds. Wood blocks, woodcuts, movable type, and paper were all used to produce early decks in China. In Europe, playing cards satisfy two needs. 14th century European merchants want to impress wealthy clients, and the craft guilds desire to parade their skills. Expensive decks can be elaborately hand-painted, copper engraved, or gold and silver illuminated. Medieval technology rises to meet the growing demand for playing cards. Decks display characters from current commentaries, fables, romances, satires, or burlesque stories. As the printing press gains momentum, such decks are reproduced and become an important conduit for the spread of culture. Modern-day decks are Chinese-born, Egyptian-disciplined, European-designed, French simplified, English refined, and American sharpened. 1,000 years of culture that you can hold in one hand. Pick a card, any card. Thanks for listening to Small Time Nooks. Please check out our other episodes.